Hi folks, this is a training session on how to look at uh, stock. So for example, you can go into any of the things and do a stock on hand, right? So you can do stock. Let me just type this again. So you've got stock status, uh, stock on hand, all the rest of it. But there's one here which I believe is going to be very useful. Uh, So if you look at period stock movements, this is a report. Uh, so you can pick your dates. So say for example you wanted to look at the last, uh, say the last 6 months of activity. You can do it by class, you can do it by current transaction or an average. You can also then filter, and in your advanced you can pop it out into Excel to play with the data and understand it more, but for me showing this, I'm just going to do the PDF. So we'll put in the details that we need, and I'm submitting the report. Now obviously there's not much point in physically printing these, it's more electronic. So this report will run and it will give us some, right, doesn't like, right, this is actually good that this happened. See where this come up with an error? This is because I clicked in error plus 6 months. So obviously going forward 6 months there's going to be zero activity. That needed to be minus 6 months. Anytime an Epicor report doesn't run, it just means that it didn't return anything. So this has spotted stuff out. So for example, I'm just going to look here. This first axle started off with 2. We've still got 2. There was no inventory transactions in or out over that period of time. But it's still showing stock on hand and the available balance in cost. If we take this axle, started off with 0, bought 10, didn't sell any, no out, and that's the value of stock for that part. Bearings started off 242, still got 242, 3.4 thousand. Let's look at a couple more. So if we look at these ones, started off with 830, started off with 0, bought 830, that was the cost, haven't sold any, remaining balance same. There's for example paint, started off with this, haven't consumed any, so we still have 219 litres in stock, and of course it shows it in its usable unit of measure. So, there's wheels for example, no activity but still showing you stock. So this is a very good way of looking at stock. Coincidentally on this screen here you could also do filter, and you could search for a particular part class. So say we wanted to search for maintenance items, hydraulics. I'll just put a filter on here, filter, and I'm going to save the layout. So for example we could look at wheels, and whenever you would do this report it will only give you that part class. So you don't have to go analysing the whole place. You could do this for a year's worth of whales. So for example, now I'm going to get 1 page of whales. So uh, say somebody else come on and they were looking to know about uh, anything, for example. Uh, Gearboxes. I'm probably going to expect this will fail because I don't think we've done any gearboxes, but we'll see. Of course, the report runs much quicker when there's only one thing selected. Yeah, failed. So that effectively returned no values. So hopefully that's of help to you later on looking at ingoing and outgoing part transactions throughout the company.